See, the General, first of all, thank you for interviewing me. And the General Assembly is a very important body. As you know, the International Buddhist Confederation is an international organization. So we have representatives from different countries, about 39 countries, 300 organizations, in order to enable them to have a participatory role and a sense of belonging to IBC, which is our core objective and aim, to bring the entire world, the Buddhist community together. We have formed this General Assembly where they all are members. And there are people from as far as Argentina and Mexico to Uganda and all of those Buddhist countries in between who did become members of IBC and who are present here today. So in that sense, it's a global perspective on Buddhism that we have created, which the General Assembly enables in strengthening. That's the essential role of the General Assembly. And we discuss a lot of issues about the functioning of IBC, the future of IBC, what role can IBC play in the international arena. We take in views from people who come from different backgrounds, different traditions, different cultures, and get to know as to what they are doing on Buddhism and, try to amalgamate that with our sense of and understanding of Buddhism. That's what happens in the General Assembly.
All right, sir. So what role can perspectives into the global dialogue?
See, Buddhism, has spread, as you know, Buddhism has spread to different countries. It emanated here. The birthplace of Buddha was Lumbini. And then, of course, his preaching was here, his enlightenment was in India. But it has traveled to as far countries as, Myanmar, Mongolia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, China. You see, when it spread out to all these countries, as it traveled, it inculcated values and traditions of these countries, wherever that Buddhism traveled. So as a result, the texture, the color of Buddhism changed a little bit, So you have different traditions, you have different sects, like the Theravadas, the Mahayanas, the Hinayanas, the Vajrayanas. Now, as you have a number of such traditions and sects, there is a tendency of dissipating the values of Buddha. So here in IBC, our effort is to bring all of these sects together. So we function in a manner that all the sects are brought together under one umbrella so that there are no differences. For instance, if you look at the post of the Secretary General of IBC, we do alternate between different sects. We started with Lama Lobsang, who was a Mahayana follower, and then we had Dr. Dhammapia, who's a Theravada follower. Next, we will have a Mahayana Secretary General. So, the idea is to keep everybody together, and we have a lot of dialogue also among various sects, various traditions to bring them together. That is the core objective of IBC, besides the fact that we want to sustain Buddhist heritage, tradition, value, and let the entire world know that this is the land of the Buddha. And so we try to tie them with India, with Bodh Gaya, with Sarnath, with Vaishali, with Kushinagar, the famous places which are associated with the Buddha.
Right, sir. So can you tell conflicts and menace of terrorism around the world?
Look, Buddha has always taught mindfulness and compassion, very critical aspects. There are a lot of other teachings, but these are very core value systems which are applicable in today's world, and especially in the context of what you just asked, the conflict and the differences between people, religion, communities, etc. Now here, Buddha's philosophy applies a lot. When you talk about mindfulness, it's a serious thing. It's about humanity trying to think of each other, men, women, children, whatever, of whichever age group the community, the human race is, they think beyond the differences which have been created artificially by the society, which could be based on religion, social biases or whatever. And you sort of talk about mindfulness, which means, exactly speaking, mindfulness means if I'm looking at you, for you, mindfulness is what are you doing right now? What is it that you're, gaining from this planet? What is it that you're gaining from your surrounding? Be very focused on the present moment. Buddha always says that the past has gone, the future is, not visible, the present is where we are. So mindfulness is something as to, where you research and involve yourself, immerse yourself in the present scenario. And I think if the leadership across the world gets into mindfulness, thinking about what are they doing correct or wrong, or they will come to a solution to problems and issues of this nature, which is what is causing all this conflict. Compassion is the other aspect. Compassion is, of course, the meaning of the word. Buddha always preached compassion. If you go back to history, you will see Ashoka the Great, Ashok Samrat. He was a ruthless ruler. I mean, he went about slaughtering people and taking over various kingdoms, etc., in a brutal way. But that man learned compassion from Buddha. And he's the one who spread Buddhism to the Southeast Asian countries. Whether it is Vietnam, Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, etc. It has been all done by Ashoka. So this is the relevance of his teachings, which if we delve into in a more in focused manner, it will certainly help in bringing peace. And we are trying to make some effort towards this direction. We are having some conferences here and there on peace and conflict resolution. Hopefully in this particular conference also we'll discuss that issue.